invite somebody through Instagram or through Facebook that you don't know, be prepared. Have the answers to all the questions they're going to ask.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
if you say, hey, I want to bring you over to my bar, yeah, I want to bring you over to my bar, yeah, that's great. Do you have a sponsor? Do you have money you're going to put in? Do you know when? Do you have an idea? The more prepared you are, the more likely it's going to go down well. I
Yeah.
want to bring
Yeah.
you over in August to do a guest shift. I have this amount of money. Because also, if you're honest with how much money you have, like I have 2,000 budget for flights, accommodation, and any fees. And then the person can give you a straight answer. The more straight answer and honest you are, the
The
more
better.
likely,
Yeah.
the better.
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, that's once upon a time, guest shift concept was pretty alien to me. In fact, the basic question of who pays for who, or do I get paid or whatnot, right? But it really depends on the conversation between the bar and the bartender. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're buddies, there's no need really to stretch. I mean, to give pay or whatever. It's about
Well,
relationship.
but at the same time, it's like, for example, if I've worked with a lot of my friends, and if I know a brand is willing to pay for it, and I'm like, cool, can we pay the bartender? And they're like, we have $500, we have $1,000. I'm like, that's fine. If I can get a brand to pay my friend for his work, why not?
Yeah,
why am
yeah,
I trying to save money for the brand if they
yeah,
have
yeah.
budget for this?
Exactly,
Because they're just gonna go spend it on another guest shift.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
paying Simone Caporale to come and do a guest shift is a lot more expensive than someone from Kazakhstan, right? Like,
Okay. Yeah. By the way, where are you now? Which part of the world are you now?
I
Are
am
you?
in Barcelona, Spain. This is where I have lived for 2 years. I am now in my living room having a
Okay.
cup of
Okay.
coffee.
Nice. 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 Is that by any chance near La Rambla? Have
We're
you
close
been
to
to
La
the?
Rambla.
Oh, okay. I've been there. I've been there because I used to do ships. So normally that's the home port when you do the meds,
Yeah,
Mediterranean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Cool.
Barcelona
Cool.
is empty, as empty, empty, empty.
Okay. How strict is the quarantine thing there in Barcelona?
Well, it sounds very strict. Lady Daiquiri is and was the best brand ambassador for Bacardi in Spain. She is a wonderful person,
Ah, yes,
living in
Yala Yala. Yay, of course. Yeah, yeah, I
living
know.
living in Madrid now. Kisses for both.
Ah, hi,
Yeah,
Lady Daiquiri. Yes, yes.
but
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
So the people are not as they don't really specifically listen to the government. So there's a lot of people outside right now because of the warm weather. But realistically, like you should be allowed to come out with your dog or like going to the shop. So it's meant to be more strict than it is. But there's no one's shooting anyone. No one is killing drug dealers. Don't worry about that. That's all good. You're safe. Uh, but yeah, it's okay.
Till when? Till when is the quarantine gonna be for you
At the
guys?
well, they're extending it every single couple of weeks, so we're
Okay.
not actually sure what's going to happen. They are saying now that slowly they're going to release people outside, maybe for 1 hour a week or something like this. But it's hard to say. There's going to be all sorts of restrictions for bars and restaurants, and they're saying that nothing will reopen fully until September, October.
I see. Oh, shout out again to Mama Natalia. I love Lady Daiquiri. We used to hang out during the Legacy Finals in San Francisco,
That's great.
2000.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah,
met
yeah. It's
her.
great.
When did I meet her? I think we met in 2014. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
2013, 2014. She did a
Uh,
wonderful seminar on sherry in Amsterdam.
yeah, she's the sweetest. That's fine.
She's
Okay,
the
shout
best.
out. Yeah. Okay. So do you have any heroes? Do you have any bar heroes in the industry growing up, or maybe until
Uh,
now?
I have, okay, so if we talk about heroes or people we look up to,
Mm.
I think they always change. Because you know
Uh-huh.
what they say, you should never meet your heroes. Because when you have this image of image of someone, and then you meet
Uh-huh.
them, and they might do something that you don't in your mind, you haven't thought of this, you haven't imagined them like this, then you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck, your image collapses.
Expectation
So
versus reality.
yeah. Manage your expectations. So one of my heroes when I was younger, when I was 19, was actually one of my first bar supervisors, Rob, and he was amazing. He taught me a lot of things that I now respect more 10 years later than I respected back then. Because
Mm.
for example, on Sunday shifts in our bar, if you were the day bartender, he make you come in 30 minutes before your shift.
Mm.
And I was like, why? And the reason is because in the UK, the Sunday paper is bigger. All the sport, all the extra stuff is in it because people love reading the paper on a Sunday. And
Mm-hmm.
so he made you come in half an hour early. He made you a coffee the way you like it. You had a little breakfast and you read the paper for 20 minutes. So that when all the regulars come in at noon, when you open, all the guys having their first pint of the day, you could talk to them about everything that you read in the paper. You could discuss with them the news. Even if you didn't
Mm-hmm.
like football or sport or theater, but you had something to talk about. You were knowledgeable about what's happening in your city and what's happening in the country. And that was very important because you'd get more, like looking after your guests. So that was one of my first heroes. One of my other heroes is Remy Savage. He's
Mm, yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
a French bartender living in London. He's
The espresso
really good.
martini guy, right? Espresso martini.
He did
He
a
did
bunch of stuff.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I saw his video about the espresso martini. Oh,
Yeah,
anyway,
no,
yeah.
no,
Go
but
ahead.
anyway, so he's wonderful. I like the way he's thinking. He thinks completely in his own way. His approach to everything, like you see a pen and he sees a knife that he can stab you with. He has a completely different approach
Wow.
to everything. Like
Really
you see
savage, savage. Huh?
the minimalism is just his new thing. His mind works in completely different ways. You see a phone cover, he sees a hat. Like his perspective
Wow.
his perspective on things is crazy. And if I want to speak to someone who truly inspire me, he's definitely someone I go to. Other than that, I don't particularly have any bar heroes because unfortunately, the way my mind works is that I maybe also have a different perspective on things. And I always, for some reason, because I used to do acting when I was younger,
Mm.
I always think people are people, So I've never met anyone from the bar industry and I've been like, wow, oh my God, it's you. Like, he's just another person like me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um, when I first saw crystal clear ice, I'm like, oh, that's what happens to ice. There's no need to get
Okay.
crazy inspired by it. When I first went to Japan and I saw Ueda-san from Green Bar, yeah, his working style was crazy and he was super old and he knew all, like I was inspired by his work more. I'm not really a good follower of like church. I'm not a good follower of cult, a personality cult.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
I'm more of a fan of the ideas people have and more of a fan of what they do, of their work. I never get overly excited about a person's personality. I don't know why. It's just the way I've been.
Okay, okay. All right, let's go to what is your go-to drink?
Depending on the time of the day, it can change.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it's Eddie's birthday, so I think I have to drink champagne.
Okay.
Unfortunately, what a terrible life to live in. I've been saving a bottle for today. So then
I know, man.
there's
Lucky
that.
Eddie, Lucky Eddie.
Lucky Eddie, and he has like 20 bottles saved.
Okay, but on a
Anyways,
normal before shift, after shift, like what's your thing?
after shift, I always want to have a cheap lager. You want to have a nice cheap lager. I've tasted so much crap all evening. I want to have a cheap lager. At midnight, in Tales and Spirits, we would often have a shot of bourbon. That was the midnight shot, and that
Okay, okay,
we knew that means that we're coming towards the end of the shift. So, bam, have a shot of bourbon,
okay.
and so that was that. And then with regards to like if it's hot, gin tonics, tequila tonic, sherry tonic, Aperol spritzes.
Yes. Oh, wow.
I love a good mojito if people know how to make it. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
think they know how to make it, but they don't.
How do you like your
Um,
mojito? What way is your mojito?
it's classic, but what you have to understand is, a lot of people don't actually know how to make a good one because they don't respect it. Like a lot of people, I have a huge mojito recipe that's super complicated, but it makes the best mojitos you've ever had in your life. And I will challenge any bartender globally to a mojito battle. And if
Oh.
you think you make better mojitos than I do, I will pay for the flight. I'll come over. We'll have a mojito battle in your bar. And if my mojitos are better than your mojitos, and the guests think this, you pay for my flight and my accommodation and blah 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 blah.
So the guest will be the
Challenge,
judge, basically.
challenge.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right. Shout out to everyone.
of course the guests are the judge. Who else is going to
Okay.
be the judge? You
I
can't.
mean, okay, okay. That sounds like something to look forward
You
to.
can you
Everyone
you can be
listening,
part of
yeah.
the judge.
See,
Mojito
look at
battle.
Lady Dakiri. See, she's volunteering. That's why I asked who's gonna be the judge.
We
Okay.
can have an expert judging panel and a guest judging panel. So it's more
Okay.
democratic.
Is there a particular base rum that we're gonna use?
I think I like to
Oh,
blend my rums,
okay. All right. All right. Okay. I
but
figured.
but
Okay.
but but you definitely want a Cuban or a Puerto Rican rum. Um, we will do one in Italy next year at the Maestro Challenge. Well, Salvatore,
Salvatore, shout
I
out, Maestro.
I will take you up on that offer. I will do the Mojito Challenge. That's it. I'm 100%. A lot of people don't. A lot of people. A lot of people say that the Negroni, the delicious cocktail, is
Mm-hmm.
a bartender's drink, like a judge. The
Yeah.
Negroni you can make bad. Don't get me wrong, but
Yes.
it's there's not as many elements. It's equal parts. It's over ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not as
Yeah.
many elements to fuck it up. But
Yes.
with a mojito, with the ice, with the mint, there's a lot with the temperature of the room. There's a
I
lot
feel
more
you.
things
Yep.
that you can make a mistake with. So I think a
Yeah. Yeah.
mojito is definitely a little bit more difficult because if you don't pay attention to the heat of the room, even if you make a
Yes.
good mojito in
Yeah.
your own country,
Yeah.
then it's not going to be a good mojito today in this country here.
Yeah. Especially here, especially at this time. Oh my goodness, it's been hot the past few days. So it's crazy. Okay. Do you have? Okay. Next question is: do you have like a pet peeve when you're at the bar? I mean, if you're managing